Good morning, everybody. The topic that we are going to have a conversation is about managing self. So, basically, what is managing self? That's what we are going to spend time on. Okay? So, let us try to understand what do you mean by managing self? So, managing self means knowing self, knowing our strengths, and knowing our goals. What do you mean by knowing ourself, knowing our strengths, and knowing our goals? Okay, this is primarily the core factor that we need to focus on if we need to manage self. So that's the primary focus that we are going to have on. Okay, so when we say knowing self, what do you mean by knowing self? Okay, the first and the foremost important aspect of knowing self means we need to introspect. It's very important that we need to introspect ourselves. Unless and until we don't introspect means know within what what you are, what your focus is. Okay, that is all about knowing about yourself. Okay, so we need to introspect ourselves. We definitely need to spend time to introspect within. Okay, the second thing, if you really need to know about self, we should be open to seek feedback. Unless and until I don't take feedback, I'll always remain with the thought that what I know is right. I will have my own perception about who am I, which is definitely not going to help me know totally. Because how I perceive myself and how others know is a big difference. And most important is that our perceptions are always colored due to something. So, what we need is we need to seek feedback. It could be from our friends, it could be from our managers, it could be from our seniors, it could be including our subordinates. This is called as a 360-degree feedback or a wholesome feedback, which gives me a window into what I would not like to be aware about. And the third, which is very important if you have to know self, is study past artifacts. What do you mean by past artifacts? Past artifacts means that what have you been into? Maybe your academics, maybe upbringing, maybe the background that I was involved in, the work that I was exposed to. All of this is basically studying the past artifacts. So, when we say knowing self, we start with introspecting. I need to seek feedback, and then I need to study past artifacts. So, that's about knowing self. Now, the second part about managing self is about strengths. Most of the time, we have been always groomed or taught that I need to improve on my weakness. I need to focus on my weakness. But the most important part which gets neglected is God has gifted everyone strength. And it is very important that we appreciate those strengths and we focus on those strengths. Unless and until I don't focus on my strengths, I'll be always going on a downward spiral of finding how I improve on my weakness. So, what we need to do is I should know our strengths. We neglect it. Most of the time, nobody spends time in helping us understand what are our strengths. Because whether it is our school, whether it is our academic or professional environment, we are focused more about improvement areas, weaknesses. And I think managing self is a lot about managing your strengths. And that's something which we need to focus on. So, what does strength does to us? In fact, there is a popular theory which is called as the theory of strengths, which encourages individuals to identify the strengths and accordingly leverage on the strengths. Now, what does strength does? Strength is one single foremost thing which is a big motivation. In fact, our strength is a big motivating factor. In fact, there is a lot of statistics and information available of those people who have been very, very motivated and who have been instrumental in motivating others. And one common thread across is they focused on their strengths. They invested time in finding their strengths and leveraged on those strengths. What else the strengths does? Strength is one of the master key to success. If I identify strengths, if I focus on my strengths, it is a single most big factor which will help us to succeed. In fact, success is not only about skills, it is not only about talent, it is not only about brains. It is about how we put all this together, which leads to success. So, why should we know strengths? Strength is that tool which motivates and instruments in the success. Now, the next aspect, which is very important in managing self, because self is all about ourself. It is all about personal goals. It is all about professional goals. That's what we say. But why do we need goals? Why should we have goals? What's the need about it? What is managing self to do about goals? Yes, goals is like that red tape at the end of the finish line in a race. If that tape was not available, a runner, a sprinter would keep running and he may even cross the finish line, but will not be aware that he has won. This red tape tells that where do I need to put my maximum thrust just close to the finish line and achieve that success. So, goals. The next aspect, which is about managing self, is setting a goal. We are not going to focus on this session on goals and goal setting, but that will be covered in a different session. But it is important that we need to know why do we need to have goals. Without goals, it is like hunting for a black cat in a dark room. We don't know what have we achieved. Have you overachieved? Have you underachieved? Have you over delivered? Are we under delivering? And how will I then get motivated? How will I know that I am successful? So, the next in the managing self is about goals and managing those goals. And most important, setting a goal. Goals help us keep on the track. Goals help us to be focused. They do not mess up with our thoughts. We know that, okay, this is where I need to go. This is how I'm going to follow. These are my timelines. And that's what helps. It helps us keep on the track. Also, because we set a goal, I know, okay, that is where I need to go. That is exactly what I want to achieve. It tells me what do I need to chase. What is that I aspire for? Goals give you a finish line, a target, a tangible thing which we chase, which we'll aspire for. That's what his goal is about. Now, in managing self, it is also very important to understand what is my priority. Many times what happens is we just neglect to set some priority. We take every day as it comes. It's like tick in the box. Okay, today is Monday, today is Tuesday, today is 15th. That's what we do. And one after the other, the weeks of the days, the months of the year, and the years pass by. No, I think even when you have set the goals, you need to set your priorities. Priority means what is important. Priority means what should I do now? Priority means what should I do first, what should I do second, what should I do third? I think we need to set those priorities. And one of the priority which I'll recommend all of you is we need to set a priority. What is going to be my work-life balance? We get caught in this whirlpool of success, chase, run, achieve. Many a times we achieve what we want, but we don't know what we have lost. I think professional and personal are two wheels of your cart. You need to balance them very well. They both have to be well oiled. Only when they are well oiled, your vehicle is going to be proper. It's going to be absolutely smooth and absolutely in a cruise mode. So I think managing self, it's time that we need to set the priority on what is my work life balance. I need to definitely understand what is my work priorities, what is my personal priority, and I need to balance. At times, the work may be high, but we need to get personal time. They both need to be balanced. It's very, very important. Okay, so that was about managing self, and the whole idea was that we need to spend time in understanding this. So, quick summary of what we need to focus on. The first and the foremost, which is very important, is self means introspect. So that's the first thing that we need to do. Introspect. Okay. Second, seek feedback. Be open. Seek feedback from your managers, seek feedback from your teams, seek feedback from your colleagues, your peers, your friends, your family. Be open because that helps you to remove any kind of perceptions that may be happening. Okay? So that's next. Identify your strengths. What are the strengths? Strengths are a big motivating factor. And not only a motivating factor, it helps you drive to your finish line. Next, you need to set priorities. What is to be done today? What is to be after 1 week? What do I need to do after 1 month? I need to set those priorities. And with that priorities, I know that what am I going to chase for? Goals help you set the vision. Priorities help you chase those vision. So I think goal and priority go hand in hand. If I don't have a goal, it will be like lost in an ocean. I'll just drift. I don't know where because I don't know where the shore is. And I'll keep just drifting. So all that swimming which you do goes down the drain. You only lose energy. You don't achieve anything. And last but not the least is my priority is work-life balance. So thank you for listening. And most important, managing self is one beginning step that we do towards growth. Thank you.